Hi guys, welcome back to another Matchbox Garage video. I'm Rob, and today I will be attempting to take this Lesney Austin A50 from shabby to shiny. Now the carousel will be coming up, but this is one that I kind of received a message on via my Facebook page by a chap called Ian, and he said, Rob, I love the channel, like what you do. I've dug this up in my garden. Would you like to have a go at restoring it? And of course I said, yes please. And so he sent it across, as you can see here. And certainly it's in quite the state. And I didn't really realise how bad this was underneath all the mud. Plus, not only that, additional paint jobs. As you can see, you got some dried old mud on the underside and on the inside of this one. So the mud, I don't know how old this is, how long it's been buried in the garden, who knows. But yeah, it's in quite a way. But I thought, I see the pictures of it, and I thought, well, I've done worse. I should be able to restore this one, right? But yeah, this one takes a little bit of a twist, a little bit of a turn. And let's get it on the old carousel. So here she is in all of her glory. Now you can see the thick layer of green overpaint, and then just a little hint here and there of the original blue paint below. Underneath all that paint you can see kind of some of the detail that would have been there or is there. And of course there's mud as well, which to be fair adds to the effect, right? The mud is the easy part to come off. But the only, considering the couple of thousand die-cast cars I have in my collection, I've only got one other in this, and it's in absolute terrible condition. So when I see this one, I thought this is going to be good to actually have a go and restore, because realistically the other one that I do have is not possible. Yeah, it's an absolute nightmare, the other one. But anyway, this one will be up for the 2,000 likes. It could be yours. But I'm just going to take it apart here. At this stage, I think I have drilled and tapped as usual. Yep, I have. But, taking the base off there, you can see the clumps of mud just falling out. And kind of remnants of that original colour underneath there too. But some lovely little detail in this. And I thought this will look pretty sweet. My aim was to go down the old Restoration Plus kind of theme that I've got going on. But into the foot-long hot dog jar she goes, covered with some boiling water and a tablespoon of caustic soda. I always like that initial bit where it really bubbles up. It really tells me within those first few seconds what kind of result I'm going to get, as in time and speed. Am I going to get a 10-second job, or is it going to be something that's going to take 10 minutes? It's relatively quick if you compare it to other methods. But I'm trying to show you here, basically the mud has obviously gone straight off, but so has the green overpaint. You can actually see there, hopefully you can, the original blue paint, even though it's very chipped and it's very messed up, but you can just see all the blue paint hanging on. And it was here that I kind of took a bit of a mental note of that original colour. and I thought, right, I'm going to try and replicate that colour, you know, as best I could. And whilst that jar was to one side, I thought it's probably somewhere in the middle of sky blue and white. So I shall take one lot of the sky blue, and then one lot of the white, and then it gets thinned down with some Tamiya thinners. Just got to keep the area clean. Give this a stir up. And I'm happy with that. So with the caustic soda washed down the sink, this is what we're left with. Probably only maybe 1.3% of the paint remaining. You can just see it there on the front kind of bumper and on the bonnet there. Couple of little remnants hanging on. And I just wanted to kind of try and compare that blue with this blue. Obviously this is very old. It's also gone through the caustic soda. I don't expect it to be identical, but I thought, you know, it's in the realms of that blue. That is good enough for me. The base here, I thought, oh, there's the mud still hanging on there. Now these axles they seem like they were flattened, but they're so rusted out that there's probably not a lot left. And all four of these wheels, none of them turn. They're all rusted shut. The axles are kind of collapsed and rusted, and almost rusted into the base. And what I thought was mud on top was not. It was just corrosion. The corrosion is almost going through in some points. This is a terrible base, and as you can see here, the lettering, well, it's half of it is unreadable. It's not because it's dirty. The letters are just not there. They've kind of corroded away. You know, of the Austin A50, all you can see is the AU and then the 0 at the end. And of course, looking at the main casting here, it is pitted all over. Pits I can fill in, but you know, when not only is it kind of on the main casting there, if I was to fill these pits in, obviously when I rub it down, I'm going to take all the detail out. It's just going to be a smooth side, and I don't know, it didn't really sit right with me. And during this process, I was sending little pictures to Ian, and I said, look, you know, this is kind of the condition of the car underneath all that kind of grubs and grimes, and I said, I'm going to go a different route if that's okay with you. And of course he said, hey, it's your car now, you know, you do what you feel is best for it. And I gave him a couple of little ideas, and you know, I think he was happy to see it, well, really have some kind of restoration or some kind of treatment for us all to enjoy. You know, from someone playing with it during the 50s or 60s to being stuck in the garden for maybe 20, 30, 40 years to just being dug up and, you know, having some kind of love and attention to it, even if it doesn't look brand new at the end. But as you can see here, I didn't go with any primer because of the route that I'm going to be taking, and I'm going to be kind of going down the kind of, I guess, barn find kind of vibe, which I don't normally do, so it's quite interesting for me to do every now and then. As you can see there, the tyres, what I did is I kind of flattened it out on some sandpaper, so they look like the actual tyres were flat. Like I say, I'm going to do some kind of barn find, you know, kind of rusty, crusty, and you can see the bodywork there underneath that paint. You know, it really was in bad condition, but I thought, you know, this kind of custom, bit of a different vibe, and you can kind of see really where it could have went, you know, with the details here, the Restoration Plus theme. But I just don't think it would have suited finishing it here. It felt like I needed to add some further, I guess, weathering details. What I'm going to do is maybe get myself on the lookout for one that's in restorable condition, and then restore that and put it alongside. That's if this, well, unless this reaches the 2,000 likes for the giveaway. But if it doesn't, no big deal. I'll restore another one and they can go together. But I'm going to put this base on just to give you an idea. Holding it a bit gingerly because I think the couple of little details there are still a little bit on the wet side. But yeah, this is kind of what it could have looked like. But let's get to the weathering process, and just to remind you of what she did look like. And this is the result. So I've gone with some, let me just reach for it. This is some Viejo pigments in kind of like a brown oxide or brown iron oxide, and there's some old rust and new rust. And what I did actually was use the pledge treatment to kind of wet the side of the car, add on all this pigment, dotted it around, you know, where you would think the rust would be on a car, and kind of, I guess, dry brushed it off, and then covered the whole car in the, what was that called again? The Citadel Nuln oil, and then again, just take it off, making sure there wasn't too much on there. Dried it literally on top of the radiator, and this is kind of how it was really. It didn't take too long, but yeah, I really like it actually. I think it's quite cool looking. But anyway, there you go. 2,000 likes could be yours. Thanks to my brand new Patreon member there. Not too sure whether I should say his name, but anyway. And thanks everybody else for watching. I'll see you on the next one.